get easier. It gets so much more very difficult. And when you get convictions, you become unemployable the more convictions you get. So you need to be careful how you handle life, because if you don't, I'm telling you, 15 minutes will flash by and lickety split. And if you don't have a job, you don't have a career, you don't have an education, then life is not going to go well. This life is not fun without money. If you don't believe me, go on the street and ask the people on the street. You only get it. You have a trade, you have a job, an education. You understand?
It has been a difficult decision because she is enrolled full-time in college and she's working part-time, got a good job. But, well, and we understand how this can adversely affect things.
I'm not interested in the PTI program.
Well, she was in the PTI and there was
I see.
Having difficulty balancing, and that's really, we think the crux of the issue with the issues in PTI was trying to balance full-time job, part-time work, and maintaining a home that first time she's out on her own, not without, I guess, without her parents' help.
Is there any other way no other way we can help?
Well, not that we see at the moment. And we've talked to the state about potentially being back on PTI and about the potential of deferred, and we're not quite there. We talked about potential of going without an agreed rec, but she doesn't want to sign up for a situation where maybe more difficult.
So she's currently in the PTI program now?
Well, no, she's been removed from the PTI.
Oh, removed, I see.
And so we've vetted through the case and found issues we think with where we think there's potential issues in the case, but we're thinking that this is the best way to resolve it. And so we're here.
It is what it is. At some point, may not be today, may not be tomorrow, 10 years, but you're going to look back, God, why didn't I complete this thing? You need to understand that this DWI will go on your record. What we're doing today, it's 3 days in jail, credit for 1. From now on, you are facing a minimum of 30 days in jail for any case that you pick up here. No more proverbial slaps on the wrist. You now have a minimum that you'll be doing if you pick up any more cases. So you need to be very careful when you get into a car. All officers do when they pull you over is they look at your criminal history. If it walks like a duck and it talks like a duck, so you need to be very careful moving forward. $30, wherever you want to go in the city. $40, it'll take you anywhere you want to go when you get Uber. That's what you need to consider from now on, even if you've had one. That's what I do when I go out with my wife. Miss Mom, you give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, there's no turning back. You can never take this off. Do you understand? How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I'm going to find you guilty. I will sentence you to 3 days in jail, give you credit for 1. I'm going to suspend your license for 90 days.
We'd ask that go, I guess, have a retroactive application to the suspension that she served from by way of the ALR suspension.
Why?
Well, what's your question? Why, Judge? I'm sorry, I couldn't.
The thing is that how many times are we going to reward someone, especially for behavior when she's doing whatever she wants to do?
No, it's not a reward. It's to make sure that in a situation where she doesn't have a bunch of financial resources, that she can get to school and to work, and she's doing things to move forward in life. And she is enrolled full-time. She's got 13 hours in an engineering program, got a pharmacy tech license. She's working as a pharmacy tech, but also maintaining home. So the costs and the process of getting a lawyer to represent her in an occupational license setting be more difficult. She's got her license active now. Asked that suspension that she served, which was a 6-month suspension.
How bad was it in the PTI program? Did she repeatedly just test positive for alcohol and dope?
No, I think there were missed. I don't think there was any positive tests. I think there were just no test, skip test.
So I have, yes, it's a failure of, to report and failure to enroll in SOP and failure to maintain.
Did she do anything?
And she's been on an ankle monitor since I got the case, and she's not had any issues with ankle.
And then also, as counsel mentioned, 31 skip tests on the report. So it does not appear that she did much of anything that was required of her.
We disagree with that assessment, but.
I mean, reasonable minds can differ, you know. There's also a matter of the $3,000 surcharge as well. What are we going to do with that?
Weigh that in light of our financial circumstances.
Do you see what I mean? It's like one
Not a reward,
gift,
it's-
but it is though. I mean, there's no jail time. She got booted out of the program. Now I'm not suspending her license. Now I'm rolling the $3,500 that she would normally pay. It's literally, it's one gift after the other.
It's not, and here's why, Judge. The legislature came in, and I know the remedy is citizens go vote, but but a $3,000 surcharge to an individual who has little to no money is a catastrophic amount financially.
Well,
I remember being-
we do it, we give a 2-year payment plan, so it comes out to like $30 a month.
And we saw how the surcharge program worked for individuals, and it destroyed their license. And so what happens is then they come back to your court because all of a sudden they don't have a license valid, and then it plugs up our system with Class B charges of driving with license invalid cases. And so it's not a reward. It's understanding that me, as working a full-time job,
Here's what I'm gonna-
different financial position.
Here's what I'm going to do, Mr. Garris. I agree with you about the money, because to me, the money I don't care about money. But what I care about are actions. And I really like it when people better themselves. It makes me happy because I want you are a woman in this life that society, life is more difficult just because you're a woman. Just because you're a person of color, life is more difficult. You need to be dependent on no one. And you should get your education. You should get a good job so that you never have to rely on anyone. You be strong, I'll make you a deal. Like, I want to know, you're telling me that she's enrolled in all these things. If she is, and you can show me that she's in school, she's doing this, I'm going to take the money away because the money, I don't care about the money. But as far as the license suspension goes, if you show me that she's actually in all this, and you can show me, I'll acquiesce to you because I want you to do well. I want you to leave here better than you came. You've not shown me that so far though, right? You've not done well here. So why continue to do this? But if you show me that you're bettering yourself now, that you're in school, like you're saying, you're working as a tech there, I'll do it for you.
Yeah.
Show me, I'll acquiesce.
Thank you.
But in this life, you should never rely on anyone. I have 2 daughters, and the first thing that I'm teaching them is never rely on anyone. You go to school, you get your education, you get a great job so that you can just rely on yourself and you can always be on your feet. You can always make money because when you get that education, no one can take it away from you. And you can always go get another job. That's what life's about. And this, knowledge is power. All right.
Thank you.
Please. So
This moment is powerful. The judge isn't just sentencing, he's mentoring. He shifts from punishment to empowerment, especially calling out the importance of independence, education, and self-reliance. This is where courtroom drama meets real-life change. Do you think tough love like this is effective?
3,000 and whatever the court costs are. Okay, you ready? Yes, sir.
Judge, I'm here on William Thompson. It's a TWI that the state is going to hopefully be dismissing.
It's not all.
We're supposed to, I don't need to approach?
No, it's 118 days, right? No. I mean, once it gets to like 180, then yeah. No. Good to see you, Mr. Lockwood. Yeah, thanks.
Are we ready? Yeah. Okay. Yes, sir. There's a plea,
Good.
WI. Need the clause number? Let's see.
Here, last it's 253-0471.
Thank you, Judge.
Are you gonna do him right after?
Khalil Perez, come up. You have more than one or just,
Well, the other one, they're not ready on yet, so we'll hold it off on the fugitive issue.
oh, okay, got it. All right.
Steven was checking to see if we're ready.
You were charged with driving while intoxicated. Shh. You were facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 2 days in jail with credit for the 2 days that you have done. You were pleading guilty to this offense now, and it is going on your record. Is it a 0.15 or above?
Yes.
Is it true or untrue that you had a 0.15 or above breath alcohol concentration, Mr. Khalil Perez?
Yes.
You need to understand that
Ver,
by this going on your record,
esto estando
it's going to be there for the rest of your life.
allí para todos.
Whenever you get pulled over by an officer, the first thing they're going to look at your criminal history. If they see that you have a prior DWI and then they come to your car and they smell alcohol, it's very possible things will not go very well for you. If I were you, even if you had a sip of alcohol, I would not get into a car and drive because it could cost you a lot. From now on, you are facing a minimum of 90 days in jail for
That's it.
a DWI that you may pick up. No more proverbial slaps on the wrist. Do you understand?
Yes.
You need to understand that you also give up many valuable rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law.
Es federal.
You also give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, it will go on your record and you can never take it off. This
Yes.
is what you want to
¿Eso es
do.
lo que usted desea hacer? Yes.
How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated? Guilty or not guilty?
¿Culpable o no culpable? Guilty.
I will find you guilty, send you to the 2 days in jail, give you credit for the 2 days that you've done. I am now going to suspend your license for 90 days. Do not drive. If you drive and you get pulled over, it's on a possible suspended license and it's just like a DWI, Class B misdemeanor. Tell me about the fee.
Judge, I'm appointed on this case.
Solicitado en este caso.
What does he do for a living?
¿Con usted?
I'll be straight with you, Judge. I didn't
Remodeling.
inquire a lot about that.
Remodeling.
What kind of money do you make a month?
¿Cuánto gana usted?
¿Cómo?
¿Qué clase de dinero gana? ¿Qué tanto que gana usted mensual?
3,200 mensuales.
3,200 monthly.
You need to understand, Mr. Khalil Perez, that I want you to understand that DWI is big business in the United States. And there are surcharges that DPS puts on your license when you plead guilty to these offenses. A DWI second, there is a surcharge of $6,000, not to mention court costs. So if you pick up another one, you could be very well facing up to around $7,000 in fines and fees. $20. An Uber, $30 will take you wherever you want to go. If you want to get loaded, if you want to have 15 beers, 32 shots of tequila, take an Uber. Everybody is allowed to make a mistake in life. But when you continue to make mistakes where you endanger other people's lives, we only have one place for you. Do you understand?
Yes.
I will waive your fines and fees now, but if you come back, get ready because it's not going to be a good ride. Good luck. Thank you.
Appreciate it, Judge. Thank you. Judge, I have another case.
So it's 4,500 plus whatever for costs are to waive. 45, yeah, it's true to the enhancement. So when you have a class A, because of the 0.15 or above, it kicks it up to $4,500. Okay,
Judge, I have a Mr. Angel Ventura on today's docket. Case is kind of old.
Q.
Hey, Judge.
Todd Miller, we have a plea.
Okay, I'm ready when you are.
I got his, he had an ankle monitor and I got that waived, but there was an issue with the back pay. And they wanted, for some reason, it wasn't waived to begin with.
Guys, I see he's got a felony warrant.
Well, there wasn't one. I checked about an hour ago. Okay.
He's on probation for credit card abuse, picks up this assault, and I'm looking now, there's a felony warrant for an assault on a security officer, assault of a peace officer.
That case has already been opened, and he's been.
I remember it being open. I remember that we've had issues with this, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Regardless, I mean, we're going to do this now. It's just that if there's an open warrant, I'm going to have to take you into custody. I don't know. It appears to be so, but the computer's been wrong before. Yeah. Take your time. No rush. Mr. Miller, you're charged with assault, bodily injury. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement. They're offering you 4 days in jail with credit for the 4 days that you've done. You need to understand that by pleading guilty to this offense, there are consequences that may arise. If you're on probation or parole, this can be used against you, which would result in further confinement. Do you understand? Do you still want to go forward with this?
We'd like to see you check with the warrant. I mean, if he's going to be going in, and we may want to hold off on the plea today.
Okay, it's up to you here.
It was issued to the judge.
Hmm?
It was issued and 497. It's weird because when I looked earlier this morning, because I knew he had bond violations here. The reason you're here now is because you have bond violations, right? And when I looked earlier, there was no warrant. And when I just pulled it up now to look, a warrant has been issued. They issued a warrant 8 minutes ago.
Okay.
And we does this give a reason why?
Bond condition violation.
There you go.
Okay.
Mr. Miller, when you're on bond, there are conditions that you must follow. And when you don't, there are consequences.
As right this moment, it is not current, it is sitting on the judge's thing to be signed.
He's saying
They issued it by the clerks, but it hasn't been signed, so
it's not. That's where I'm seeing it, but it is not showing up in Jim's as of this.
I need to know what you want to do. Do you want to go forward with this plea or do you want
Will
to?
he be going into custody because it hasn't been signed yet?
He's got bond violations with me. He's on probation, picks up a case. Now he picks up a felony case. He's got bond violations with me.
Yes, but if we do the plea in here, the bond violations are
Yeah, if you do the plea, then you do the plea. It's up to you guys.
signed.
Yeah,
yet.
I'm,
Okay.
if it's not signed, no, because we can't do anything to,
What I will do, is I will just verify, just to make sure, if he can be able to, I will just call in.
I would just be, Mr. Miller, see, you're skirting a very thin line, man. You know, you tell me what you want to do.
Well, if he can leave today, I think that's what you would like to do is take the.
If we do the plea and she hasn't signed it, I have nothing to hold him. But you need to understand that it may at some point happen. So
He does have court for this case, that the felony case next week. So that would give him some time to get something set up with a bondsman and get something worked out.
I don't know. So do you still want to go through with this, Mr. Miller? So yes? Okay. So you were charged with assault, bodily injury. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 4 days in jail, credit for the 4 days that you've done. Understand that, like I told you, there are a lot of rights that you're giving up. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, you can never take this back. Will go on your record and it's going to be there forever. From now on, you're facing a minimum of 90 days in jail. Do you understand? If you're on probation or parole, you also need to understand that by pleading guilty to this, they can revoke that probation or parole and it can result in further confinement. Do you understand?
Do you still want to do this? Okay. How do you plead to the offense of assault, bodily injury, guilty or not guilty? I'm going to find you guilty. I will follow the agreement, sentence you to 4 days in jail. I will give you credit for the 4 days that you've done. I will roll your court costs so you won't know anything. And good luck to you, sir.
This is a major turning point. The judge is warning that the slap on the wrist era is officially over. In legal terms, this is the escalation point. When a first mistake becomes a pattern, the system responds with mandatory minimums. What do you think? Should missed tests carry the same weight as positive ones?
You, Mr. Avinash Chun. You speak English? You are in front of me now because you're what?
He's wanted out of Denver, Colorado, is my understanding.
Okay, you want a bond?
Yes,
Okay, so the reason we brought you out here now is because your lawyer is asking me to set you a bond. I don't know. I've never met you before. I don't even know why you're wanted. But a couple things. Number one, and my main concern is public safety. Number two, my other concern is if we set you a bond, are you going to go back to the jurisdiction that you wanted from? I don't know. Let's get to know you. So, Day, tell me about him.
So it's 10 pages and I'm trying to read as fast as possible, but my information is limited. It's regarding a
Any
negligent.
pages of criminal history?
No, sorry. The affidavit for the probable cause. I just received it as he was being brought up. And so I'm reading this in real time. But
Going to take more time?
well, I know you have to go to court 3. I can supplement after the original approach. But the warrant was issued out on December 25th. So on Christmas for negligent bodily injury. I'm reading the probable cause. There was a well-being check request on December 16th, where this defendant was in care of 2 individuals, and his negligent care was sufficient enough that when they investigated, they believed the children required or could have had sustained infection, required amputation, or even death. And they found dried blood. They found, hold on, sorry, it's reddish brown stains on items in behind the bedroom door. It goes on for some time, but it's generally sort of disarray and injuries all over, malnourishment. But I spoke with the demanding jurisdiction and they are requesting him be held at no bond until he is returned to the, they do want him, and if the court
If there's only 1 count or 2 counts?
I think there's 2, but they're under 2 different statutes. When I run the NCIC, the warrant from Colorado, it looks like he's being charged under 2 different statutes. But because I just got the information, I don't have the charging instrument.
Is it negligent homicide or is it negligent?
They're not dead, but it's that the possibility, just because of the despondent state of the living conditions, the 2 at-risk individuals.
Minor children,
Caregiving center operate at the residence.
which is special needs.
Looks to go on some time, text from November 25th. Oh, here we go. It's 2 adult males with intellectual developmental disabilities. And so vulnerable complainants. And I believe one of the arguments that counsel was bringing for him to obtain a bond was that he takes care of autistic individuals, and obviously him being charged with these felonies or even 1 felony of vulnerable individuals, it becomes a public safety risk by the nature of what's already happened. And so with it being over a month and with the conditions of children being, like I said, almost amputation or death, and I can go further into
Any
the
prior criminal history?
No, Your Honor. But the fact that it was for such a long time and due to their state, and so I'm not sure if they were at a point in their condition, like physical or medical condition, is that they were unable to leave. Obviously, that'd be more akin to constructive kidnapping, but I don't know yet because, again, I'm still reading through it.
Constructive kidnapping.
Well, just because if he's malnourished them or deprived them to a point where they're unable to physically capably leave. The well-being check started in November, but I don't think they did a wellness check until December 15th. Again, I don't know. I'm just reading parts of it. And so I don't know to the extent of it before law enforcement was notified.
Yes, Judge. So a couple of things. First, this case is from Adams County, Colorado. My understanding is that my client was in Sydney, Australia, when this warrant came through. He was in Sydney on the day that December 25th, when the warrant came through. He came back to go back to his hometown, and during that period, the warrant came through and he got picked up. So this.
Oh, 'cause I was wondering why he's here in Houston. Are you telling me that he had a flight connecting to
So my
Denver?
understanding is there's no direct flight from Denver to Sydney, so he had to come through Houston. And so on the way out there, the warrant was not issued. And while he's over there, the warrant's issued. He's coming back. He gets picked up for it here in Houston. Now, it's a charge. We went through a whole bunch of stuff. This isn't probable cause court. All that stuff is in Colorado. That's not here. Here, we're talking about a fugitive case, public safety, and whether or not he's going to turn himself into the demanding jurisdiction. So a lot of public safety talk has been going on. If he were over there and we're talking about public safety, it would be rectified by just saying, don't go talk to whoever is playing witness, right? And so that's the jurisdiction that has the authority to do that. Here, we're just trying to see if he's going to go answer for this charge. He hasn't been running from anyone. He got picked up immediately after he came back into the United States. He is not a flight risk. He came back into town. He didn't know this was out there, and so he hasn't been running. He hasn't had an opportunity to avail himself to Colorado. He hasn't messed up in your court. He's got no criminal history. He's got family that supports him, that's willing to post a bond for him. He's got skin in the game if you allow him to go turn himself in.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just reading the kidnapping part. It says, asked if they were allowed to leave the basement. She stated no. Regarding the targets, asked them to go back downstairs when they come up.
Again, Judge, this stuff is irrelevant to whether or not he's going to go turn himself in, whether or not he's been on the run, whether or not he even knew of these charges. If he needs to answer for that, he can't answer for it here in front of you. He can't argue against that here. That's in Colorado.
So part of what I'm trying to figure out is if they've notified him regarding this warrant, and obviously that's going to play a part if he was notified to return himself and then he went to Australia. Obviously, I'm going to have a few more questions.
You want to like pass it for just maybe 5-10 minutes and take a look?
Yes, Judge.
Do that. Let me, because I've got a couple things to do here and it looks like he doesn't have all the questions answered. Give me just maybe like 5-10 minutes. We can come back and reconvene so that you know exactly, because if I set him a bond, I want you to be absolutely sure of both of you guys.
Thank you,
Please.
Judge.
Okay, thanks. Okay, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
You have Mr. Cook, correct? Come on up, Mr. Cook. Hi. You want a chair, Mr. Cook?
Here's the bar here. It's just, it was getting too long for him, so I'm like, let me move him that way.
Mr. Cook, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 3 days in jail with credit for the 9 that you've already done.
Yes,
You need to understand that this charge will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. You get pulled over. First thing officers do, they're going to look at your criminal history. If they smell alcohol on you and they see that you got a prior DWI, it may not go very well for you. So just be very careful next time you get into a car. You're giving up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, you can never take this off or try to change this. Do you still want to do this? How do you plead to the offense, sir? Guilty or not guilty? I'll find you guilty, sentence you to the agreement. I am going to suspend your license for 90 days. Do not drive until you get a license. Good luck to you. Thanks. Wave. Okay, you ready? Yes, sir. Messiah Mom, come up. Hi, Owen.
Yeah,
Come on up.
but I have an arraignment on your docket this morning. Last name is Castillo. First name is Roberto.
Did we do it already? Okay, Owen, you ready?
I am.
Okay, Roberto Castillo, come up.
I've been in Montgomery County this morning, so I'm so late.
That's okay. You're not late. Good morning, Mr. Castillo. Sir, you stand charged with the offense of driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
So on January 1st, 2025, at approximately 4 a.m., the officer observed a vehicle traveling eastbound on FM 2920 in Harris County, Texas. The vehicle pulled into a parking lot and then exited the parking lot onto another roadway in an attempt to avoid the officer's patrol vehicle. The officer initiated a traffic stop on Tomball Parkway, and upon contact with the defendant, the driver and sole occupant of the vehicle, the officer observed glossy red eyes, slurred speech, odor of alcoholic beverage, and the defendant stated he had a six-pack of beer approximately 4 hours prior. Standard field sobriety tests were conducted, HGN 6 out of 6, walk and turn 6 out of 8, one leg stand 3 out of 4. The defendant was read the DIC and refused breath. A blood search warrant was signed and executed.
What was the stop for?
Allow me to read the DIMS, Your Honor, to see if he specified. So according to the officer, the vehicle pulled into a parking lot and then exited in an attempt to navigate away, and the vehicle crossed through the parking lot onto another roadway. And that appears to be all the officer put in the DIMS.
Tell me what he did wrong. What code, what transportation code has he violated? What ordinance, statute? Give me something. I mean, I can give you a little bit of time if you
Give us some more
want.
time, Your Honor, so I can look at
Can you
this.
give me 5-10 minutes, Owen?
Certainly, Judge, I have other cases in Billings.
Okay.
I agree with the court.
I don't-
Even if they allege that he was attempting to, if he cut across, there is a violation for cutting across in order to avoid a traffic control device, but they didn't allege that. All they've got is him turning into a parking lot and then back onto another street. So that's not a
If you
law
give us
violation.
like 10 minutes and we can.
Yep, go to it.
Thank you.
All right. Just take a seat. Don't leave. And then when you come back, we'll finish.
Yeah, as far as, yeah, I was, yeah.
I'm back on Mr. Castillo, PC here.
All right.
Yes, Judge. So in
Enlighten
regard
me.
to the crossing the parking lot, it was the officer's understanding, I spoke with the officer, that crossing the parking lot is a violation because he crossed right through, and the traffic code that we found is transportation code.
Hold on. Did you take a look at this?
Judge, I'm very familiar with the statute they're quoting.
Okay, what is it?
It's section 545.423. And it's crossing property, and it states that an operator may not cross a sidewalk or drive through a driveway, parking lot, or business or residential entrance without stopping the vehicle. And the officer said that he crossed, according to the DIMS, he crossed straight through onto the public roadway. And speaking with the officer, he repeated that as well, saying that he was at a slow roll and he just went straight through upon noticing the officer. And that's whenever he performed the traffic stop, as he crossed that parking lot.
An operator may not cross a sidewalk or drive through a driveway, parking lot, or business or residential entrance without stopping the vehicle.
Yes, Judge. And as the
He never stopped at all.
correct, and as the DIMS states, the vehicle pulled into the parking lot and exited the parking lot in an attempt to navigate away from the patrol vehicle. So he just entered and exited. He didn't stop.
First, Judge, that statute requires that you're doing it for the purpose of avoiding a traffic control device. There's an additional element.
Really?
Yes, Judge, if you look at the statute.
Hold on. There's only, it says, so that, what I read was A. B says an operator may not cross or drive in or on a sidewalk, driveway, parking lot, residence, or residential entrance at an intersection to turn right or left from one highway to another highway.
In order to avoid the traffic control device.
Correct, but that looks like it's an or, not and. Or, unless you show me unless you can show me differently. I mean,
It is an or, Judge. I agree with that. However, may I address another issue?
of course.
If you listen to the dim summary, he says he intended to stop my client to begin with. Then my client, in order to evade him, rolled across the parking lot.
Good.
There's no explanation as to why he started attempting to stop my client in the first place. I recognize, of course, that police have many and multifarious functions, but activating emergency lights and attempting to stop somebody for some unexplained reason.
I didn't hear that.
Well, Your Honor, the DIMS reads,
It's certainly interesting.
it reads different because it says while the officer was patrolling, he observed the vehicle, and it immediately goes into how the vehicle pulled into the parking lot and exited in an attempt to navigate away from the officer's patrol vehicle. And after that point, it says the officer initiated his patrol lights. So he wasn't attempting to stop him at the point that he entered the parking lot. All the officer articulated was that he was attempting to navigate away from his vehicle.
I mean, what it sounds like to me is he sees the officer and just tries to get away. And then the officer sees him do something that's maybe a violation of the transportation code and pulls him over right there. Had he kept driving and just gone straight, perhaps would have never been pulled over. But the virtue of the fact that you go and do that, if there wasn't a violation, I would kick it all day. But I mean,
May I address one other shortly, very shortly?
please.
The way he says in his dim summary, he says, the purpose for crossing is to evade me. He is thinking this man is trying to evade me. And that certainly implies that he was trying to stop the defendant before the defendant started and turned into the parking lot. Otherwise, why would he say he was trying to evade me? In other words, if he's consciously thinking this man is evading me, he's doing something that would lead the defendant to evade.
I agree with you.
So without showing as to why.
I agree with you. But the fact remains is he went through. And it looks like he may have indeed violated that part of the transportation code. Now, pull the video. If the video shows you something differently, come back and we can do PC again. I'm always happy to revisit it. But perhaps if he would have kept going and not done anything, not done that, he wouldn't have gotten pulled over. If he would have and nothing had done, there had been no errors, then you know what would have happened.
Understood.
I'm going to find probable cause for now. What was the last name again?
Castillo.
Castillo. Okay, Mr. Castillo, I'm going to find probable cause. And let me tell you, you speak English, right?
Sir.
And by no means does this mean that you're guilty of this offense. This just means that there's enough to go forward now. That's all it means. You got a great lawyer. He will handle the case for you. If there are always any issues, you guys can come back and reapproach and we can go from there. I am ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or illegal drugs, I'm going to revoke your bond. Okay. As long as you have a valid Texas driver license and liability insurance, you may continue to drive.
It's eligible, Your Honor.
Great. You have a lawyer. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance. You don't have to waste your time coming to court, but just stay in contact with Owen. He will tell you when you have to come back to court. If Owen tells me he can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. For now, I'm going to have you sign your receipt. Victoria, we'll have you get with Maddie for your bond conditions, and then you guys are free to go. Thanks. Of course.
Right this way.
Wow, he just picked up an Agasol. Saw that, huh?
Christopher Duran.
We had a lot of issues with him, Lori. Many, many issues. No, you can be on probation.
Go straight through.
All right, bring it.
All right, page 19, Lopez, come on up.
Good morning, Mr. Lopez.
Sir.
Sir, you were charged with theft. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On December 31st, 2024, an officer was dispatched to HEB in Harris County, Texas regarding a shoplift that had just occurred. The officer made contact with the complainant. The complainant is the manager of the HEB and observed the defendant Diaz and defendant Lopez walk through selecting merchandise and place items inside of a red HEB bag and communicate with one another and place items inside backpacks they came inside the store with and roll up the red HEB bag and place it on the bottom rack of the cart. Defendant Lopez paid for 3 items left in the cart. Defendant Diaz went inside the bathroom and reemerged after defendant Lopez paid for the items. Neither defendant attempted to pay for the items in the backpacks or the red HEB bag. The complainant locked the produce exit doors and attempted to confront the defendants. The defendants split up with respective backpacks. Defendant Lopez carried the red HEB bag and the defendants ran from the store management and security in opposite directions. Defendant Lopez was identified by his name and date of birth.
Okay. Mr. Lopez, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. The co-defendant is the co-defendant in our court?
We had him last week.
He's in here? Okay. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to go to any HEB. Do you understand? If I find that you go to any HEB, if I find that you pick up a new case, if I find you have contact with the co-defendant, I'm going to revoke the bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Sure.
What do you do for a living, sir?
Currently looking for a job. Yeah.
I'll have you fill out an application for an appointed lawyer. I am ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs as well. If I find that you're using, it's not going to go well. Do you understand?
Sure.
Judge, you have an important call.
Are you still in trial? Say it again. Oh, Sarah, Rich. Yeah. You done? How was it? Wow, congrats. What did you try? Nice. Yeah, he was telling me, we're all big fans. Good job. Yeah. Mr. Stoll, I was waiting for you. How are you, man? You ready?
Yeah, we're ready. My internet's not really working with us, but.
What do you need?
We're just gonna do pre-PC and bond conditions real quick.
Okay.
And get, Mr. Duran out of here.
Good morning, Mr. Duran. Mr. Duran, you're charged with racing on a highway. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
Officers were working in undercover capacity and they advised, they observed a black Jeep engage in a rolling drag race with a yellow Corvette, unknown license plate. Rolling drag races when 2 or more vehicles align their vehicles from their moving position while traveling side by side on the public roadway. Vehicles then simultaneously accelerate forward at a high rate of speed, attempting to outdistance and outgain each other in a competition of speed. The black Jeep and the yellow Corvette were heading west on the highway at 40 miles per hour.
A Jeep? versus a
Yes.
Corvette.
Right.
He was in the
Hey,
Jeep,
really?
Your Honor. He was in the Jeep.
And accelerated high rate of speed of 90 in a 65 miles per hour zone.
There versus a tortoise.
They maintain visual on the vehicle, observing it exit the highway and enter in the parking lot of a Buc-ee's. They approached the driver of the Jeep, the defendant here, stated he knew why he was in the parking lot and he was just trying to have fun.
Your Honor, in the DIMS report, the officer does give the definition of what a roll race, what a drag race is. However, just after that, when he closes the the caption of where the definition is, he never says that he ever witnessed my client and the Corvette line up side by side and accelerate from a point side by side in order to outdistance the other vehicle.
Didn't you say that they like kind of
Your Honor.
slowed to some kind of like next to each other and then they flew out? I thought I heard that.
Yes, because as the DIMS is written, the officer says he observed the black Jeep, the defendant's vehicle, engaged in that rolling drag race. Then he goes on to define what he meant by that. And that's when he said that they slowed and they went side by side and they accelerated.
I think it's a poorly written DIMS, in my opinion. I think it would have been better had he
Well, but
said.
I guess he's trying to explain to us, hey, what this is, because not many people may know, but I saw them engage in this.
Yes, sir.
Right.
And this did just happen 3 days ago, so we're
Right,
gonna wait
so
for the offense.
We are still
report.
waiting for the full offense.
Nevertheless,
Right.
that's what happened is they kind of slow down and then they take off, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Judge.
Okay, do we have the co-defendant? No?
There was, he was the only one.
All right. Mr. Duran, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Have you guys run his license to see if he has a valid Texas driver license?
Oh,
He does, Your Honor.
Please. Okay,
Not have on fire.
no more. 610 is not the place to do this, and I'm making that a condition of your bond. There are proper places in Houston, but not on our freeways. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm making that a condition of your bond. If I find that you're doing it again, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put you in jail. The next thing I'm going to take your ability to drive away. Living in this city without the ability to drive sucks. All right, come on, no more. You understand? You've got a great lawyer. Listen to Mr. Stoll. He'll take care of you. I will waive your appearance. You don't have to waste your time coming to court, but you must stay in touch with Mr. Stoll and he'll tell you when you have to come back to court. If he tells me he can't get a hold of you, you pick up a new case, I'm going to end up revoking your bond. All right, guys, please. So he can't leave until he signs conditions and then he can do it. Can you file,
Still no reckless, no racing, those type of conditions. Yes, Judge.
et cetera?
Raven Landry? Yes, these are for the state, correct?
State, yeah. Is it Tyren? No,
Yes.
please. Mr. Collins, you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On December 31st, 2024, at 2:35 p.m., an officer was dispatched to 12600 Dunlap Street, Houston, Harris County, Texas, in reference to a disturbance unknown weapon call. Upon arrival, the officer made contact with the complainant, who stated the defendant is her son and that he assaulted her. The complainant stated she lives in an apartment with her 2 sons. The complainant stated that a month ago she asked the defendant, her eldest son, to help pay for rent, and the defendant agreed to pay a certain amount. The complainant stated she got tired of asking and told them that she was not renewing her lease. The complainant told the defendant he needed to move out by December 31st. On that day, she arrived at the apartment to turn her keys in and do a walkthrough with the complex manager, the witness. The complainant stated as she was removing the locks from the doors, the defendant pushed her with both hands and punched her in the chest with a fist, causing pain. The witness stated the defendant was acting aggressive and was refusing to leave the apartment. The witness observed the defendant push and punch the complainant.
Any dope or alcohol?
No allegations of drugs or alcohol, Judge.
Do we know what she wants?
Yes, Judge. I spoke to her yesterday and she is requesting no threatening or harassing contact and that he not be able to go near her new residence.
Got it. Okay, Mr. Collins, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your, well, let's, hold on a second, let me see. It looks like a protective order was issued on the 1st of this month. I would get to know it, because if you violate this protective order, the state can and probably will file a violation of protective order. It's one of the worst cases you can pick up. You violate conditions on a VPO, I can have a hearing to hold you at no bond, zero bond, and I will do it in a heartbeat to protect my community. Do you understand?
Yes, I also had a witness too.
Stop. You will get the opportunity to fight. Now's not the time. I got a bunch of DAs here. I don't want you to say something. You'll get the opportunity. Just now's not the time. I am ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any threatening or harassing contact with the complaining witness in this case. Understand what is threatening or harassing doesn't matter what you think. I could care less. It's what she perceives. So if I go like this, is that threatening, harassing? It most certainly is. And it can be a basis to revoke your bond. Do you understand? All right. Tell me, what do you do for a living, Mr. Collins?
I work.
Do you have enough money in that work to hire a lawyer?
No.
Tell me about what you do then.
I work as an HVAC tech.
All right. So what I can do is I can give you an application. I need you to fill it out. Don't just put zeros, because I'm going to send it right back to you. I need you to fill it out. Be honest. I'll take a look. And if you qualify, then I'll give you a lawyer. I am going to file conditions that you're not having threatening or harassing contact with mom. It's mom?
Mom and Judge, the protective order says no going within 200 feet of her previous residence. She gave me her new address, so if we
Okay.
could
Do you want to
add
refile it?
we could. Do you know how to do that?
Put the correct address in the MOA? You want them? Let me just, and all right, I'll print it out. We'll just amend it. I need to know, or I'll give it to you. You put the correct address.
Yes, Judge.
So, Mr. Collins, you're not allowed to go where she lives. Do you understand? If you go there, I'm going to revoke your bond. I'm going to put you in jail. You need to understand, if you don't have anyone that's going to pony up $5,000, $10,000 to get you out of jail, you'll be stuck like Chuck in there until this thing is over with. Consider that when you're out there in the free world. I'm not asking for much. Just don't become a danger to our public. Don't violate conditions. That's it. All right. Stephen, do you mind giving an application? Do you mind filing no threatening, harassing contact and no weapons?
Group are ready, so
Okay, so all they need is the application?
they need the application.
Okay, it's old, so what we'll do, we'll give you just a couple weeks. Got to be here at the next setting, everything done. We'll send them for a TRS at the next setting, and then we'll go from there. Huh? Yep, okay. Yes, ma'am. Thanks. Hey,
Morning, Honor. Happy New Year.
what's up, man? Happy New Year. I wanted to wait for you, so we didn't.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I have Mr. Colbany. We'll wait PC on it.
Okay.
So, all good?
Any priors?
No, you did got first.
Okay, so just same as usual, just no drugs, no alcohol, if you don't have a license, no driving, and all that jazz. Done.
All right, thank you very much. Good to see you.
You too. Yes, sir.
Greg Smith, are you ready, Judge?
Say it again. Okay, I'm ready when you are. Is this a true first?
Sometimes it's moved down to a first.
Right, but it's not a second though. It's not a second.
It is a second, but it's being pled down.
Right, it was charged as a second to first.
All right. Good morning, Ms. Smith. Ma'am, you were charged with driving while intoxicated. Second offense, you were facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. Looks like you guys have worked the deal of a century because they're going to reduce it to a first, which I don't know if you realize this, but this bypasses the mandatory 5 minimum in jail that you would normally be doing. So understand that this is a big one, but you still have to understand 1 and 1 are 2, 2 and 1 make 3. What happens on the next one? You were looking at a felony charge, a minimum of 2 years in prison, a maximum of 10 years in prison. All officers will presumably do, look at your record. If you get pulled over, they smell alcohol, boom, right back in. If I were you, even if you've had a sip of alcohol, I would never get into a car because you were taking a humongous risk. Do you understand, man?
Yes, sir.
It is a very, very serious business. The agreement that you've worked out is they're offering you 180 days in jail to be probated for 15 months. For you to complete this probation successfully, you must do a repeat offender DWI education class. You must do 2 victim impact panels. You must also do a TRAS, which is an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need. If they assess further conditions, you must fulfill those. If you don't, then into jail you go. If you consume alcohol while you're on this probation, if you pick up a new case, if you drive when you're not supposed to, your bond, or we're going to issue a warrant for your arrest, put you in jail. I'm going to bring you back out here. We're going to have a hearing to see whether you violated the probation, and you're looking at 180 days in jail. Do you understand? You are giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You could be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. Under federal law, you give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, there's no turning back. It will go on your record. It's going to stay there for the rest of your life. Is this what you want to do, man? How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty? I'm going to find you guilty. You must also have complete substance abuse treatment, no drugs, no alcohol. You must maintain a guardian interlock and no breath test refusal, meaning that if you're pulled over in a car and an officer asks you to submit to a breath test, you must do it. If you don't, you're in violation of the probation. Alex, can you see if she has a license, please?
Yes, Judge. It's eligible, Your Honor.
No. Okay, you can reduce your fees to the minimum, and we'll waive the court costs and all that. Okay. If you ever have any problems, come back and talk to us. But the worst possible thing that you can do is just take off, because that it assures a warrant will be issued. The other thing is, don't use alcohol. Do you understand? Okay, ma'am. How do you put you? She said guilty, right? Okay, all right. Good luck, man. We'll have you see probation officer. All right, thanks. No, she needs a guardian interlock before she starts driving. Does she have a portable, or what does she have? Okay, you cannot drive.
I have both devices.
You do, you have one in your car as well? Okay, you must maintain that one in the car. I will take the portable device off now. You got to understand those that, bless you. I can't pay for the device anymore though. Once you get on probation, I've been paying for you, for both devices now for you. But once you get on probation, I can't pay for it anymore. You're going to have to pay for that yourself. But I have waived a ton of fees. I mean, I've waived around $5,000 in fees for you now that you would otherwise be responsible for. So just be careful. Don't use. And if you ever have any issues, talk to Josh, me, and we can help you out.
As far as the interlock device, I will learn from them how much it's gonna cost, or how does that work?
As far as the logistics are concerned, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
already on there, so I guess I would keep the one that's.
yeah, if you don't pay, it's gonna go into lockout, and if it goes into lockout, a warrant issue. So just make sure that you get everything done well, so you know when to start paying for it. Okay? Okay, guys. All right. Thank you, man. Good luck. Okay. 30. I think what's the minimum is what, 25 or is it 30? Okay, then do the minimum, the 25. Yeah.
Just I had a question about Francisco Garcia on document.
Is it on docket today?
Yes, Your Honor.
It was just in custody or on bond?
In custody.
Page 35, Your Honor.
Thank you.
But I saw that was set for bail review, and we had submitted a waiver yesterday of the bail hearing in court 8, but I didn't know if we needed to.
Let me see. I can do it for you. So, how did it get transferred at such a late? I mean, it's 125 days old. It's weird, right?
The alleged jail fight is the assault, and so I don't know if maybe there were co-defendants in 8, but maybe there's some issues there. If they're trying to separate them, maybe.
Oh, is this with Cordova? Got it. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Just so the felony set for the 10th. Do you want to do it a couple days after, or do you want it longer?
A couple days after.
Okay. Yeah. Whatever he wants. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Josh. Yeah, I'll do it. You ready? Let's roll, nerds.
All right, Judge, first is page 4. Bendy, come on up.
Hold on a second. Bear with me a second. Just go ahead, take a seat. I'm going to wait for your lawyer to get here. You have a lawyer, right?
Yes.
Okay, we'll wait for him to get here. Thanks. Okay, go on to the next.
All right, Judge, page 5. Brady, come on up.
Right here, Judge Fleischer is laying down a reality check most defendants never hear plainly. A single conviction doesn't just punish you today, it permanently reshapes your future. Think about it. How many chances do you really get before life stops giving second ones?
Good morning, Mr. Brady. Good morning. Mr. Brady, you are charged with driving while intoxicated. First offense, it's elevated to a Class A misdemeanor, so you're facing up to a year in jail and/or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
On January 1st, 2025, at approximately 12:33 a.m. at 14239 FM 2920 Tomball, Harris County, Texas, an officer observed a vehicle traveling eastbound with expired registration as of February 2024. A traffic stop was initiated. The officer made contact with the defendant, the driver and sole occupant, and ID'd the defendant by Texas driver's license. The officer observed the defendant to have glassy red eyes, slurred and delayed speech, the odor of alcohol upon the defendant's breath, and the defendant fumble with his wallet and pull out his credit cards when asked for his driver's license. The defendant stated he had 2 glasses of wine 1 hour prior. The officer asked the defendant to step out of the vehicle, and the defendant was unbalanced while stepping out. SFSTs were conducted. 6 out of 6 clues were observed on the HGN test. The defendant was unable to perform the walk-in turn and the one-leg stand. The DIC was read to the defendant at Tomball City Jail, and the defendant consented to a breath specimen. The results were .218 and .208.
Any prior DWIs? Do you mind looking, please?
No criminal history, Judge.
And you ran his license, see if he has a valid license, please. Mr. Brady, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I am ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or any kind of illegal drugs, your bond will be revoked. You will go to jail. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a valid Texas driver license, you may continue to drive, but you must maintain liability insurance as well. If you do not have either, you are not allowed to drive. Do you understand? That is also a condition of your bond as well.
Yes, Your Honor.
Tell me, what do you do for a living?
I'm a cook, Your Honor.
Did you want to apply for an appointed lawyer?
Your Honor, I don't have a lawyer. I need the court to appoint one for me.
I need you to qualify though. So what I can do is I can give you an application. I'll take a look. I need to know everything about you. Just put it on the paper. I'll take a look. If you qualify, I'll give you a lawyer. Okay?
John.
Please.
His driver's license is eligible.
Great. Okay, we got you. Please.
All right, Judge, next is page 10. Collins, come on up. Page 12, Spanish speaker, Diaz, Jimenez.
You said page 12? Yes. Good morning, Mr. Diaz Jimenez.
Good morning, Your Honor. I understand English.
Okay, so do we want to do him later and we'll do the other Spanish speaker since we have Blossom? All right, just take a seat for me momentarily. We'll help you out here momentarily. Mackenzie, can I give this to you to put the right address? Do you mind? Sorry, thanks, guys. Thank you.
Dela Cruz, come on up. Page 11.
Good morning, Ms. Dela Cruz. Ma'am, you were charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon in a public place. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am. Okay, guys, please.
Your Honor, on December 31st at approximately 11:37 p.m., officer was dispatched to a weapons disturbance at 1111 Grove Street Apartment, 1111 Houston, Texas. The witness informed the officer that she was outside and heard a gunshot and looked to the left and saw defendant, witness's neighbor, waving a gun in the air toward the kids in the playground and towards witness's group. Witness stated that defendant left location and returned yelling and waving the gun in the air and pointing it all around the apartment. We recorded the interaction. Witness recorded the interaction with the defendant pointing the gun and trying to shoot it, but nothing came out at the time. Another witness informed the officer that she heard a shotgun shot and observed defendant waving gun toward a basketball court and park where there were kids. Defendant then ran into the house. A third witness corroborated both accounts. Witness number 3 also recorded the incident. Defendant was ID'd by eyewitnesses and a mugshot. Defendant was found sitting on a porch and observed the officer.
Strong odor of alcohol.
Observed a strong odor of alcohol.
Okay.
And the officer found a case.
So AB, is that what it says?
Yes, Judge.
Strong odor of alcohol in her breath.
Yes, Your Honor.
So did she actually get a shot off? Did you have,
Judge, the officer found a casing in front of her apartment.
do you have anyone that saw them?
Nobody that physically saw her get the shot off, just they heard the shot and then they saw her waving the gun around after that point.
Ms. Dela Cruz, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. If you have a problem with drugs or alcohol, you better address it, because if you don't, I'm going to do it and you're not going to like the way that I do it, man. Stop. I don't want you to say anything. I'm just telling you what the expectation is here. I'm going to protect my community at all costs. I don't care what happens, with who it is, what color, small farm animal. I don't care. I'm going to protect my community. You're not to be in possession of any weapons as well. If I find that you have a weapon, likewise, I'm going to revoke your bond, put you in jail, and I'm going to raise the bond. I'm not asking for much. Tell me what you do for a living, ma'am. Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer?
Right now,
Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer?
well, somewhat if I need to, but I wanted to ask for a court appointed at first.
So let's do this. I can give you an application to fill out. I'll take a look, and if you qualify, I'll provide you a lawyer. But I need to know everything about you, and just fill it out honestly. You don't have to tell me. Just put it on there. I need numbers, though. Give me numbers. I'll take a look, and if you qualify, I'll provide you a lawyer. You're going to meet with Felicia for your bond conditions. No, Felicia, for your bond conditions. No alcohol. Do you understand, ma'am? No weapons. That's all I'm asking you to do, and don't pick up a new case. Okay, Stephen, please.
Judge, was that pretrial bond conditions? Or
Yeah, with Felicia. No, we're going to monitor, make sure she's not using.
next judge is?
Hold on. Do you have an arraignment?
I do. Yes, page
Okay.
18.
You ready? Come up, Ms. Strong.
Random, come on up.
How are you?
I'm good. How are
Great
you?
to see you. What's new?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Please tell me, Rabbi. Hello. Good morning, Ms. Landrum. Ma'am, you are charged with reckless driving. You're facing up to 30 days in jail and or a $500 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Hi, Alex.
On December 21st, 2024, the officer was dispatched to a major accident on East Freeway in Harris County, Texas. The officer made contact with the complainant. The complainant stated he was traveling in lane 2 out of 4, observed in his rearview mirror the defendant's vehicle traveling at a high rate of speed, following closely with a motorcycle also traveling at a high rate of speed. The complainant stated the defendant was racing with the motorcycle. The defendant was mimicking the motorcycle's lane changes in speed. And when the defendant entered lane 1, the defendant began to lose control and her front bumper collided with the complainant's front right, causing him to lose control and crash into another motor vehicle. A total of 4 motor vehicles were involved in the collision. All vehicles were towed and the damage for each vehicle was over approximately $1,000. The officer made contact with the defendant, who identified herself as the driver of the vehicle.
What does high rate of speed mean?
Let me see if the officer specified.
I mean, I'm going to find probable cause, but I'm curious. I mean, if she's going just while he's doing that, Miss Landrum, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to drive like this again. And if I find that you're driving like this or you pick up a new case, I will take your ability to drive away. And I'm going to tell you, living in a city as big as Houston without the ability to drive blows. It's awful. Try living without driving. It's terrible. So just don't, please.
Your Honor, the speed's not specified in the OR.
I mean, I think that there's enough to go now for probable cause. Just be careful. You've got a great lawyer. She will take care of you. You must listen to her. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance, but you have to stay in touch with her. If she tells me she can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, I'm going to issue a warrant for your arrest. Don't pick up a new case and not on 610. All right. We're going to craft bond condition for you to sign. Once you sign them, after that, you'll be free to go. Okay? All right. Thanks, Mr. Johnson. Just no reckless driving, racing, donuts, street takeovers and the like that.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Please.
This way.
No driving like Batman.
All right, Judge, next is page 12.
Oh,
Diaz,
thank you.
come on up.
So can you file those conditions? Do you
Yes,
mind,
Judge.
please? You are Diaz Jimenez, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Diaz Jimenez, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On January 1st, 2025, the officer observed a vehicle on the 19700 block of US Freeway 59 make a last-minute lane change and cross a solid white line. Once in the lane, the vehicle failed to maintain a single lane and touched the white line multiple times. When the vehicle came to a red light, the vehicle stopped much slower than prudent and slowly inched up to the stop line. Once at the stop line, the vehicle proceeded past the stop line with the entire vehicle nearly past the line and in the intersection. The vehicle then accelerated through the red light, running the red light, and a traffic stop was then initiated. The vehicle failed to maintain a single lane multiple times before stopping, and the officer made contact with the defendant, the driver, and sole occupant of the vehicle. The officer observed the defendant to have an odor of an alcoholic beverage, slurred speech, and red, glossy, bloodshot eyes. The officer asked if the defendant had any alcohol to drink, and the defendant became belligerent and refused to answer. The officer observed a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage, and the defendant agreed to perform standard field sobriety tests, but walked away and refused. Based on training experience, the officer believed they lost the use of mental faculties and physical faculties, and the DICs were read. However, the defendant refused breath specimens. A blood search warrant was signed and executed.
Got it. Any prior DWIs? Can you check, please?
There was a prior in 2017, Your Honor.
Out of Oregon, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Diaz, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I am now can you run his license, please?
Yes, Judge.
I'm now placing a restriction on your license. You are not allowed to drive any vehicle that doesn't have an ignition interlock on it. If you're caught driving a vehicle that doesn't have an interlock, I'm going to put you in jail by revoking your bond and raising it. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor. We don't have a license on file, Your Honor.
If you do not have a license, you are not allowed to drive, and I'll have you sign an affidavit with me today promising me you're not going to drive. I don't care if there's a burning building and you have to save 50 children. If you don't have a license and a guardian interlock on your car, you are not allowed to drive. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
You will be randomly tested also to prove so that we know that you're not consuming any kind of other substances as well. Tell me, Mr. Diaz-Jimenez, do you have the ability to hire a lawyer? Okay, if you ever have any issues, come back and we can talk about giving you an application for an appointed lawyer. But I'm absolutely serious when I'm telling you I'm going to protect my public at all costs. Every single day, there's a death in Harris County due to alcohol. You understand? All right, I'm gonna have you come up here, swear to us. I'll get you to Victoria to sign a receipt. You'll get with Maddie for your bond conditions. Then after that, you'll be free to go. Please.
All right, Judge, next is page 12, Duran, come on up.
Just go ahead, take your seat here. We'll wait for your lawyer to get here. All right.
Page 2, Angel. Erica Angel. Judge, this one bonded out.
Sir, step over this way and we can do this. And I'll try this to a call.
Say it again.
Page 2, Angel.
Good morning, Miss Angel. Ma'am, you are charged with theft of service. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. Do you have a lawyer today, ma'am? Let's do this. I'll provide you one today. Let me have you take a seat in the jury box and we'll see where we go. Your case is extremely old and I don't know where we're going to go from here. So let's do this. I'm going to have you provide your lawyer today. We'll have you talk to them and we'll go from there. Just take a seat for me in the jury box, please. Thanks.
Should we have 2 more that the attorneys are not doing?
Okay, let's wait. Any THAs?
No, Judge.
Okay.
Morning.
How are you?
Doing well. Good to see you, Your Honor.
Jamila, what you got?
Erica Angel, Jay's docket. She's in the jury box right now. It's an older case.
Yes.
So
it's really, really old. Do we have
arrested for this and then subsequently reported? She was confused as to.
You say she was deported?
Yes. She arrived in the United States at the age of 4 in the Dallas area, and it was not.
It doesn't matter. Where are we going? Essentially is what?
I've spoken with the chief and we've come up with a PTI for her to complete in order to have the case dismissed.
How, what are the requirements?
She's gonna have to write a letter describing what occurred and also take a class in community service.
Okay. How long do you want?
30 days?
Okay,
For the TI or?
PTI.
Yes. Sir.
And then because of age, and I mean, if you're telling me that's what it is, I trust you, right? Because I just don't know. Come up, man. He's really secured you a great deal. This is the type of case that can really ruin just anything, really. So this is a way that if you complete it successfully here, it'll get dismissed. But I'm not giving you a lot of time just because the case is nearly, it's nearly 800 days old. So what we'll do is we'll set you off 30 days. Everything must be completed by that time. Do you understand? Can you get it done?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you ever have any issues, he's great and, he'll contact you. You can always come back here and talk to us, but there's not much that you have to do, really. Okay? Okay, guys.
Thank you very much.
So I'm not going to waive it at the next setting. She's got to be back if she hasn't completed it, and then we'll go from there. All right.
Done before then.
Okay, thanks. All right. Yes, ma'am.
Judge, were there going to be any bond conditions?
Standard bond conditions?
Yeah, where's it from? Thank you, Victoria, I forgot.
It appears to be just a private title transfer between her and the complainant.
So I guess I'll just do no contact with the complaining witness then. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Okay, so you're not to have contact with the complaining witness in this case, okay? I know, just,
Yes, sir.
yeah, okay, all right. They'll file the conditions, we'll have you sign, and after that, you'll be free to go, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. If you can file that.
Yes, Judge.
Yes, hi, Joseph. How are you, man? Good, thanks.
Cervantes.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Cervantes. Sir, you were charged with driving while intoxicated. It's elevated to a Class A misdemeanor because of the high blow. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 3 days in jail with credit for the 1 day that you've done. You need to understand that you are making a lifetime decision right now. This DWI is going to go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. It's even there after you die. This is important because if you ever get pulled over in a car, the first thing officers do is they look at your record. If they see a prior DWI and they come to you and they smell alcohol, what's the big probability of something happening? What do you think?
They can arrest me.
Right.
And possibly deport me.
That's what I'm saying. So if I were you, I would never, ever, even if you've had a sip of alcohol, get into a car and drive because you were taking a humongous risk. Do you understand?
Yes.
You give up a lot of rights by entering the disagreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, it will go on your record and you can never take it off. Is this what you want to do?
That's it? Yes. I'm guilty.
I'm going to find you guilty. I will sentence you to the agreement. I'll sentence you to 3 days in jail, credit for 1. I am going to suspend your license for 90 days, sir. Do not drive until you get a license. What do you do for a living, sir?
Cleaning carpets, shampooing carpets.
What kind of money do you make a month?
Saves me 6,000.
Okay, there is a fine and fee that you'll be required to pay because you're not indigent. So he's got to pay the fine and fee. it is a $3,000 surcharge that you're going to be required to pay, but I will make it 2 years for you to pay. You need to understand, if you pick up another DWI, it is a $6,000 surcharge that you will be required to pay, not to mention court costs. So you will roll out here, if you pick up another one, at least $6,000 to $7,000. You need to understand one more thing, because this is a conviction on your record. From now on, you are facing a minimum of 30 days in jail for any cases that you pick up here. You do that kind of jail time, and you're not in this country with permission, hope you understand what happens. I'll waive the court costs, okay? But, all right, good luck to you, sir. Yeah, so, waive the court, but it's, yeah. Who do you have?
Here on Brian Varela.
Okay.
Order in the court, please.
I guess it's old, that's why.
Yes, so just 171 days old.
Okay. Where are we headed?
We're still waiting on blood. Parks and Wildlife is the agency, so I've been giving the DA's office some room because they're telling me they're having trouble getting it.
Alex, what's the word on the bird's
Name, I apologize.
Varela?
Varela. VAR. That's what the issue was.
Okay. Man, everything's taking forever lately.
Wildlife, and I just stepped out in the hall and made a call, but apparently that agency can take longer than others. And apparently that agency can take longer than others to.
They got to get the blood to, I mean, the blood needs to get there immediately. You can't just hold on to it, because there's issues then. So I got to imagine they probably turned it in rapidly. It's not, they're not the ones who are going to do the analysis. It's the,
Yeah, so listen, back in, July was back whenever it was submitted, and we're just waiting on the actual results of the analysis, but it was submitted back in July. So that agency, I guess, is just taking a while to perform the analysis and get us back the results.
cool, because it usually goes to just one agency, the Houston Forensic Center, right? But they're not going to do the analysis. Parks and Wildlife not going to do it. I can't imagine that Parks and Wildlife has the equipment to do something like that.
It appears they submitted it to the DPS crime laboratory, so we'd have to reach out to them directly and see what's a hold of it.
Do that. Let's
We'll
set
reach
it
out.
up. We
Okay, well,
reach out to
we'll
them.
reach out to
say, hey, man,
DPS and
do
see.
you actually have it?
Yes, Judge.
Analyze it, where we at, and then let's come back in a week and see. Huh?
Yes,
And I'll
Judge.
waive the appearance. Okay, for sure.
How much time is that, Judge?
A week, please. Okay, Herman. Hey, bud. Yes, 3.
I'll be brief.
Haven't seen you in a while.
Oh, yeah, how you been? You know, we're in the carpool with, Finite.
How are you?
Yeah.
They're great.
Yeah, they're great. One of
Yeah, I like them a lot.
my daughter goes to school with his daughter.
Nice.
You guys went to high school and everything together. That's funny.
Yeah, I still keep up with the brother.
Yeah.
I still hang out with him, 30 years.
Yeah. I got,
Who's first?
let's try Fedofino. That'll be the easiest one. They're gonna evaluate
You said Ferrofino?
Fedofino, yeah. I can say it more with an Italian accent, maybe.
I mean, it's not old. Herman, I don't care unless it's old.
Don't shoot the messengers on the next one. Sanchez de Armas.
Okay?
Asked for an evaluation, but no one's actually seen the video.
It's only 150. We'll
Cool,
give
same
it
for
time.
Vegas then?
Okay, but it's 150, so let's do 2 weeks for you guys to eval it.
Yes, Judge.
And at that time, come back. If they don't want it, we need to know what you guys want to do, whether
Absolutely.
PTI or what.
Yes, sir,
whatnot.
fair enough.
Okay. So on
Fedofino's due just in case.
Ferrofino, just a normal reset because it's early.
Can I do a walkthrough just in case since he's already here? Because it's gonna be a mitigation if.
Yeah,
if he
of
doesn't
course.
decide that-
Sure.
Yes, sir.
Do you want to, on Sanchez, you want to do it
No,
too?
they're
No?
not here yet. They're not here.
Got it. Okay. On Sanchez, 2 weeks, state to eval. You have another one.
Villegas, same thing.
Villegas, same thing. State to eval, 2 weeks. We're gonna come back for both and Villegas. When we come back, they'll do what they want to do, and then if not, then, yeah, okay. Have fun. Herman. Hi, Marcos. How are you, man?
Good, man. Good, sir. Sorry.
Tell me what's going on.
Gonzalez Hernandez is who we're on, Judge.
Okay.
He's done mitigation, TRAS and everything. We're just waiting on it.
Wait, where we at?
Taking on PTI approval. We had submitted stuff.
Alex, what say you?
Trying to see what the last correspondence was.
Did you just submit it?
No, we had
Okay.
submitted it. I'm trying to remember.
If you just submitted, then I would have given them time, but if it's been a while, then I'm gonna jump on, you know?
So it looks like the last email we have from Nathan was back in November, and we don't have any follow-up in regard to any issues he may have had with the approval process. So, and then, as you know, Nathan's no longer here.
So I guess let's set it for a week.
Oh, with Bernadette?
Bernadette.
Yeah, you don't mind?
No, I'll follow.
Yeah.
No problem.
And then I'll keep it waived.
Okay, I'll follow Bernadette.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge. Appreciate it. Thanks, man.
Sorry, I'm calling, give me a second then. Yes, this is Judge Fleischer from Court 5. Can you tell Colin that I need to talk to him, please? He was in here earlier and I just thought a couple things and I need to talk to him. Please. He can call me on this number. This was my cell phone. Do you have it? He can either come here or just call me, whatever he wants. Doesn't matter, but I just I need to talk to him if you don't mind. Okay? Did it come up on the caller ID? Okay, give me a second. Treya. No, I was calling her. Shreya, not Treya. Run a train.
I'm good right now.
Okay. Judge, hi. We're approaching on James Schwartz. The DA is going to go try some ribs, right?
Shorts.
Yes. I have to approach just because of the age of the case. It's one more, just my second setting. I know.
Do you want to try real quick?
Yes, that was my plan.
Judge, how you doing today?
Have they not accepted the filing? Is that what you're saying?
I think I looked at it. It's accepted now. I just didn't get a notification that it was accepted. But it looks to be like an active case on the clerk's website.
Can I give you, Steph, do you mind?
It is an active case.
Okay, so we're good?
Judge, I just needed an approach on it. The only issue is with the interlock device. She can't go get it because the driver's license is suspended. She has an appointment on Friday to get it installed, Judge.
Okay, I guess I'll grant it when she gets it, you know?
So she needs to take someone else, have someone else go to the facility with her. So she's not driving. Have it installed and bring proof on the 14th when you're on the docket.
Okay, that's fine. Can I approach on Friday after that?
Sure,
or no?
anytime.
Okay. All right, thank you, Judge. I appreciate it. Have a good one.
Your client set on the occupations on the docket for the 14th.
Okay.
So if
Well,
you
I
can just
didn't-
have her here on the 14th with her proof, that'll be
Okay.
fine.
I'll try to get it all done on Friday if we can. She needs it to go to work, but I understand.
Just come in anytime. We can take care of it for you, Scott, really.
All right, thank
Not
you.
a big
I
deal.
appreciate it, Judge.
For sure.
All right.
Thanks, bud.
Thank you. Bye.
So 2 settings ago, you asked the state to subpoena someone to the sheriff's office.
Are we on the record yet, Judge?
Yeah, let's go on the record. All right, we're going on the record. Please do not speak. If you want to speak, go outside. We are on the record. Today's date is January 8th, 2025. It's approximately 10:01 in the morning. Wednesday, January 8th. Guys, if you would be so kind, please identify yourselves for purpose of the record.
Kelsey Siegler for the state.
Mackenzie Watson for the state.
Colin Evans for the defense.
And I have a Miss Castillo who's on the docket. The case is 228 days old. I'm going to allow you to go, Mr. Evans, please.
So Judge, I substituted in on this case several months ago. Her previous lawyer had not done much work, but I immediately requested discovery. I have issued a subpoena in this case for personnel records for a Deputy Joel Martinez, who was the arresting officer. I was provided with a Brady disclosure and some follow-up documents on several suspensions that he has had. One of the suspensions came from failure to perform duty, which according to the department policies, the failure to perform a duty as an employee who may be deemed negligent or incompetent and fails to assume responsibility or exercise diligence, intelligence, and interest in the discharge of duties. We've got other suspensions for failing to write reports on time. Basically just a pattern of conduct from this officer. I want his personnel file to see if there's other issues that he's had that may not have risen to the level of a suspension according to the sheriff's office policies. I have found in other cases where.
How do you have what you have now?
The state has provided that. The district attorney's office. The sheriff's office has not provided me with the records of the subpoena.
Do you know if they are in possession of any other records?
It's my understanding that yes, they are, but they're working on getting it together.
Do you have an idea of when? Have they reached out to you to let you know? Have you reached out to them? State. What do you know?
So Morgan did her due diligence. We've reached out to Alma Martinez, who's in charge of all disclosures at the office. My understanding is once we do that, and then she says there's nothing else, there's not really anything else we could do. We did show or share all of the disclosures that we do have, all the documents. And further with the subpoena issues, we're still.
We did subpoena her to come today, right?
It was still in progress as of January 6th, the subpoena.
We weren't quite sure who to subpoena from my conversation with Morgan, because we've been in contact with the paralegal from the Harris County Sheriff's Office. And we have asked who we should subpoena in this case. And
who's in charge of, who's the custodian of personnel files?
And that's something that we're still trying, or sorry.
Yeah, we don't know who that person is.
And if I may, Judge, at the last setting, you asked the prosecutor to subpoena someone from the sheriff's office legal department.
And she was in the process of doing that subpoena on the 6th. That was that Monday. Yeah.
The only thing I can tell you is that if you want to set this case for trial, set it for trial. And if you don't get what you asked for, then hey, but I don't know. We've gone round and round with them. I mean, there's got to be another file, I would imagine, right? That's
right, Your Honor, but all that we can do is really reach out to Alma Martinez. And then if she doesn't have anything, then
who's this person?
She just works with the office. She's like in charge of all the disclosure databases and tells us if there's other.
She works with the Harris County Sheriff's Office?
No, with the DA's office.
The DA's office. Okay, so do you want to find out who the proper person to subpoena is, and we can try to find and get them here?
I've subpoenaed the sheriff's office, the custodian of records, for these records that I'm looking for.
Did you put like a date certain for them to be here?
December 19th.
To be here?
Show up. They're still under the subpoena. And you asked the state to get.
To our knowledge, when I'm looking at the subpoena sent out, it just says to contact the contact defense counsel, it does not actually ask for anything specific to be sent to him. So maybe that's why no action has been taken on the
I
subpoena
think
yet.
maybe you're not looking at the attachment.
Show me the subpoena that you have, Colin. Or is it uploaded in the system here that I can?
Not seeing any attachment. Oh, I see it.
I will
So
say we sent subpoena.
With your, so I don't think that this is, Colin, the subpoena that you did, you put custodian of records, employee unknown. So they're gonna be like, oh, if you put someone's name on it, you know, we gotta find out who it is. I have no idea. But if you put someone's name on there, whoever the custodian is,
I think that's what the clerk's office put on the subpoena that they generate. And then on my attachment, there's
gotta be a name to attach to it so that we can hold someone accountable. I don't know. I'm
Sheriff, I mean, they've got multiple people, from what I understand, that handle records with their entire department. And so they can designate who should be taking care of it.
How am I gonna do a show cause on, you know what I mean? I need a name so I can do a show cause. So let's do this. I'll set you a week or a couple days to next week. Can you try to look into whoever the custodian of records is for that?
I've been trying, Judge. They've not returned the call. My paralegal called multiple times.
Then just set up a trial. And if they're not producing the records that you say that exist, then we'll handle it in drug.
I need to discuss that with my client, but
And we have two offers on there. And again, just for the record, we'll say the state did all that
He can't, I mean, he can't do anything with, I mean, you need to make an informed decision. You can't do that until you have everything in.
Right, yes, Your Honor. I'll just say for the record that for the state that we did all that we could. This seems like it's a sheriff's issue, not to put blame on them, but we did all that we were supposed to do. So we're trying to get the information. We share what we have.
Person to subpoena. If they don't show up, then I'll have a show cause hearing. I have no problems doing that, but who do I show cause now?
fair enough, Judge.
Show me, I'll do it. I have no problems.
To me, this is a team issue at this point, you know how long the case is, so.
I'm not holding it against you, you know?
And again, I stepped in, midstream here,
But I need to know who. And if they don't comply, then we'll show cause them here.
but they can help me
Yeah,
figure out who it is, because the sheriff's office isn't calling us back.
we will keep
So,
defense informed on any further communications that we have.
because I will get a subpoena out today.
Who do we reach out to? Let me think about it as well. Okay, and then let's set it for early next week. Or I mean, you need at least 10 days or the 14th for the subpoena to go out. But if you can get a name.